Race number 4 of the Coors Light Truck Series Season 3 rolls into Kentucky Speedway. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome here as we prepare for what will be our next to last Truck Series race before the All-Star race break. Chance for drivers to kind of evaluate their season, see what they need to do a little bit better, see what they need to keep going. And, of course, a big opportunity for drivers to evaluate what moves they'll need to make to get into the very limited 8 positions available in this season's Coors Light Truck Series playoffs. But as we come into this race, we've had 3 races, 3 different race winners. Andrew Miller winning Daytona, Henry Williams winning back at, was it Atlanta? I think it was? Arizona. And then last 2 weeks ago at Atlanta, it was Alex Tanker going to victory lane. So right now, those 3 would have themselves in position to be in one of those 8 playoff positions. Will we see another driver add their name to the list here today at the repaved 1.5-mile speedway? On the pole position is Daniel Bouchard in the 83. He had a very struggling finish last time out at Atlanta. He dropped 12 spots in the standings down to 25th. Alongside of him, Vince Almariego, who is 24th in the standings. So 2 drivers that are mired mid-pack in the standings. Good starting track position here today. We'll have to see if track position is a factor into the outcome of this race, as it could very well also be a fuel strategy race, provided we go green the entirety of this event. J.J. Roberts, he did have a good race at Atlanta, though. Jumped up 9 spots to 10th in the standings. He rolls off from the 3rd position here today. And Fury Gamington, also in the top 10 in points coming in this race, 9th overall in the standings, as he will start on the outside of row number 2. Another thing that we're going to have to keep an eye on here with this racetrack in particular, and I don't know if it's in this version or not, but most of the Kentucky races that I've run, it's very important that you maneuver through the different lines of this track. You're going to want to enter the corner inside, but the exit off the corner on the high side gives you better straightaway speed. Let's go down and get that command.
Drivers, start them engines!
And Mater the tow truck is live here in Kentucky as we get set to go racing here. 30 laps of racing on tap. Let's give you your top 10 the point standings coming into this race, presented by Blame Shelley Insurance. Andrew Rich continues to be the points leader. He holds 10 points over a 3-way tie for second. Matt Haas, Bobby Frazier, and our Daytona winner, Andrew Miller, 2nd through 4th right now. 5th would be H Sanchez. Henry Williams, our winner from Arizona, in 6th. P Plourd, currently 7th. Tony Green in 8th. Fury Gamington in 9th. And completing the top 10, as we mentioned, is J.J. Roberts. Look at some drivers that are just outside of the top 10 that could make some moves here today. Charlie Buxton, 11th. Easton Barber, 12th. Alex Tanker, who won last time out at Atlanta, he's 13th. T.J. Handley, 14th. Jake Moss in 15th. So there's a lot of drivers that it's really close for them to be able to move into the top 10. Of course, as long as you're inside the top 30 in the stands and you go to victory lane, you've got a chance of getting into one of those 8 playoff positions. This is a Kentucky repave. This version of Kentucky repaved by Carter Friesen. So it's the first time that this edition of Kentucky is on the schedule. We normally ran the 2013 SDT version. So we'll see how this version does here, as we'll have all 3 series here during the course of this weekend. But got to get this race started as they enter into the restart zone. Green flag is in the air. We're underway, Kentucky. Let's roll. 3 wide already back there. Isaac Nicholls gets put in the middle. Ace Garcia to the inside, and he already jumps from, 9th starting spot up to 7th as the 51. Daniel Bouchard. Saw him start low, migrate high, now moves high off the corner, getting that run off of turn 4. He'll lead the first lap. Daniel Bouchard, the rookie out of Dollarton Motorsports, and of course that 83 team trying to go back to victory lane for the first time since season 1 when they did it with Joshua Hyatt. They went winless last season when Joseph Romero, a former Pizza Hut X Series winner, was behind the wheel. Vince Almariego did a good job, started on the outside of the front row to slot himself into 2nd place. Fury Gamington right behind him in 3rd, J.J. Roberts in 4th. Got a battle for 5th here. Wyatt Walker taking the spot from Sebastian Cucalon. And behind them, you've got Jake Moss in the 85. Comes into this race 15th in the standings. Good run right now here for him. There's Garcia picking up another spot. He's now up to the 9th position, I believe. Nope, that's actually 8th he just took from Isaac Nicholls. Talk about a driver that can use a good run. Nicholls comes into this race currently situated 37th in points, 29th place, well, actually more of a 30th place average finish. Of course, Nicholls was a big contender back in season 1 when he drove for then Brad Keselowski Racing. And Andrew Rich just trying to keep the consistent finishes rolling as he's currently in the 10th position, our points leader. But bear in mind, I mean, I think if you look at the Hershey's Cup Series, yeah, a consistent driver that's leading the point standings, no doubt. I think he can get into the playoffs with our condensed schedule this season. But I think here still in the Coors Light Truck Series, with only 8 available spots in the playoffs, you've got to win. Consistency is not going to get you into the playoffs for this particular series, I don't believe. This looks like the best battle on track near the front of the field. Almariego trying to hold off Fury Gamington. A couple of rookies there, 2nd and 3rd. As a matter of fact, you've got rookies in the top 4 spots before you get to Wyatt Walker, if you can call him a veteran. This is his sophomore season. Got a couple of drivers in this field that have been in this series since the start. Ace Garcia, Tony Green. Now, though, a lot of these drivers either riding or just can't make passes. I don't know which is the case. There's Sebastian Cucalon there, the 77. It's another driver that is struggling in the points, having a good run. 31st in the standings coming into this race. And right now, out of our former winners from this season, Miller, Williams, and last time out was winner Tanker. I don't see any of them up here in the top 10. Let's actually go back and find them, because they're not only going to want to go to victory lane, which they've succeeded in doing, they want to keep themselves up in the top 30 in the point standings. We got to go a long ways back before we find any of them. There's Henry Williams. He's up to the high side now, getting passed by Tony Green. That's Roger Ray in the 99, as well as Caitlin Tsang. And right behind him, you see that red truck with the white stripe. That's last time out's winner, Alex Tanker, crossing over on Caitlin Tsang and actually throwing a block at the same time on Colin Lindsay. What about our other winner, Andrew Miller, in the 23? There he is. He's mired way back here. Last time by scored in 39th. Yeah, he's way at the tail end of the field. As a matter of fact, there's a couple of drivers back here that are running very poorly that are running well in the point standings. Miller is one of those. Came into this race 4th in the standings. Just ahead of him, you're looking at the 96 of Preston Plourd, who was 7th in the standings coming to this race. And also, 2nd in the point standings, Matt Haas right there. I'm sorry, that's not... Actually, I made a mistake. I've got 2 people that have M Haas as their initials in the point standings. Matt Haas actually comes in this race 23rd. The M Haas that's 2nd in the points is actually Michael. So that's my bad on that. I apologize for that. Nathan Stapleton also back here, 16th in the standings coming to this race. And not the run that obviously he's looking for, is right now scored in dead last. Bouchard continues to lead. We have now completed 10 laps. And here's the big question, though, the big question mark, and this is also going to give us a little bit of an idea of what to expect later on this weekend, as well as Fury Gamington with a nice run there. Going to get to the inside left rear quarter panel of Vince Almariego. Not going to be able to complete the pass, though. But will these drivers be able to make the 30 scheduled distant laps on fuel, or will we see this Kentucky race turn into a fuel strategy race? Went up and down pit road earlier today asking crew chiefs, what's the fuel window here? All of them basically gave me a blank look, said, we don't know. They were able to calculate for when we came here the past 2 seasons, due to the fact that we ran the same version in seasons 1 and 2, but this is an entirely different version. It's repaved, which means it's a lot faster. I mean, they're laying down lap times between 29 flats and 29.2s, looking here at the race leader. That's battle time for 2nd again. And I believe that our lap times last season we're somewhere in the 29.3 to 29.5 range. So definitely a lot faster with more grip here on the racetrack due to the repave. Gamington made the pass on Almariego. Almariego crossed over, wanted the spot back, but Gamington will take the position. So Fury Gamington moving up to second. Now Vince Almariego under fire from 24 of J.J. Roberts, as well as the 13 of Wyatt Walker. Roberts couldn't get to the inside. A little tight look like on the bottom of turn 1. And now that brings Wyatt Walker on the back bumper of the FedEx Chevrolet. J.J. Roberts, story behind that 24, kind of a throwback joke to Martinsville, the fall Martinsville race last year, when Denny Hamlin, who was sponsored by FedEx, dumped the 24 of Chase Elliott. So hence putting the number and the sponsor together. Boy, Fury Gamington all of a sudden, his car has come into his own. Got around Vince Almariego for second, and now hounding Daniel Bouchard for the race lead. 83 out of Dollarton Motorsport, the 47 out of Gardner Qualls Motorsports. 47 has never gone to victory lane in Coors Light Truck Series. 83 went to victory lane at Dover back in season 1, as we mentioned, with Joshua Hyatt behind the wheel. We'll see Hyatt in tomorrow's Pizza Hut X Series race. Trucks, Pizza Hut X Series, and Hershey's Cup, all here at Kentucky. Now, Gamington was closing the gap. He was like almost on the back bumper of the 83. Now letting off a little bit here. So right there, he was able to get a much better entry, but then kind of had to pump the brakes through the center of the corner to avoid running wide on the exit of turn 4. It's amazing when you actually do online racing. You then watch the offline and you're able to see so many things that you didn't realize back before you ran online. See how a driver compensates for the corner, backs up their entries, pumps the brakes through the center. We're getting close to being 2/3 of the way through this race. We've run it clean and green up to this point, which really makes me wonder about that fuel window. How far can they go? Can they make it the full 30 laps? And something tells me that if they cannot make it, one of the first cars we might see on pit road would be that 83 of Bouchard, because he has spent the entirety of this race out in front. There's no way you can save fuel like that. You're not running in a draft. You're cutting the air for everybody else. And you're trying to make sure that you stay up to full speed so that way nobody passes you for the top position. So there's no way that you're letting off in the corners enough to be able to save fuel. I also wouldn't think the 47 has saved any fuel, because he charged up there past Vince Almariego. We had a change for, I think that was 5th place right there. Sebastian Cucalon just got around the 13 of Wyatt Walker. So let me just say this. I think that maybe someone like the 77 hopes they can make it the rest of the way on fuel, because I think he's got his car set up for the long run, now making passes this late into the race. Other drivers, though, I think that may have had their car set up for the short run, might like to actually have it where pit stops would take place, have a little bit of a shootout there at the end. Maybe make a little bit of an adjustment. 9 laps to go as they hit the line. You've got rookies duking it out here at the front. We mentioned Bouchard, 25th in the points coming this race. Fury Gamington, 9th in the standings. So if either one goes to victory lane, both would be in the top 30 in points and have one of the 8 playoff spots at least heading into Springfield next week. I think, yeah, this is the only back-to-back weeks we're going to have Coors Light Truck Series action for the first half of the regular season. We'll then have 3 in a row after the All-Star break at Michigan, Bristol, Dirt, Vancouver. Then an off week, and then we got back-to-back races to finish out the regular season at the road course of Watkins Glen, and then the regular season finale at Hillside. So a total of 10 regular season races. And the big potentiality of 10 different race winners, which means we could very likely have 2 drivers that will not make it into the playoffs. Now, if we end up having repeat winners, then that obviously makes the case a little bit easier for some drivers to maybe get in. But, I mean, when you think about it, 10 races with 42 drivers, the odds of 10 races, 10 different winners are pretty high. Well, it's going to be a battle here, I think, between Bouchard or Gamington, barring any potential green flag pit stops, because they have now gapped themselves by almost a second back to the 2 of Vince Almariego. It's now over a second back to 3rd place. Roberts holding 4th, Cucalon 5th, 6th Walker, 7th place is Jake Moss, and then you've got a long ways back before you get to 8th, which now is in possession of Ace Garcia. J Galloway currently in 9th, and Jesse Turner in the top 10. Oh, pit stops? Someone hit the grass. I think we just had a car pit. I think the 47's on pit road. Oh, look out! Save it! Wow! I don't know if you guys just saw that, but H Alonso, Colin Lindsay just got together, and that was a close call. What a save! Where is the 47? I think he pit. Oh, we got another car that's just on the apron there. That's Vince Almariego from 2nd. Yeah, so I think the 47's already come to pit road. Matt Haas is on pit road, and there's Daniel Bouchard in the 83. He's on pit lane. He just ran into the back of Matt Haas. Whoa! What was the 8 car doing? There's Fury Gamington. He just left pit road. That turned the race lead over now to J.J. Roberts. And these are pit stops taking place with about 5 laps remaining. And here comes the 24 to pit lane. Cucalon's in. Walker is in. Moss is in. And that 83 car we saw had some problems on pit road there. Got in the back of Matt Haas. That might have slowed him on pit lane. Whoa, look out! Stapleton in front of traffic there. And he almost got turned there by the 77 of Cucalon. This is crazy. Got some more drivers hitting pit road. I think that the 54 points leader Andrew Rich just stayed out. Got cars leaving pit road. Trying to find Rich. There he is. Yeah, he stayed out. So the points leader is going to get a bonus point for leading a lap. Look out as he cuts the traffic to come to pit road. Michael Haas in the 28 also comes in. Caitlin Tsang in the 37. Easton Barber is on pit lane. Roger Ray, Colin Lindsay, Derek Hamill. 8 car still on pit road. I think something happened to him. Maybe that contact with Daniel Bouchard. Stapleton's on the pit lane, and I think J.J. Roberts is ahead of the 47. I think the caution may be out too, as Roberts takes the white flag, but I think the caution is waving. Oh no, that's not even the white flag. That's 2 to go for the 24. Where's the 54? Yeah, they're coming off pit road is the pace truck. I think the 24 is the race leader. The 54, I think, was on pit road. I think the 24 just took the lead, and it was with 2 laps to go, and this race will end under caution. Roberts ahead of Gamington. Now, I'm pretty certain this is the race leader that we're looking at, because the 54 of Rich gave up the lead, I think, to come to pit road. Almariego sits on pit road. Nathan Ormond, Matt Haas. And this time around, the white flag will be displayed. It looks like it is Roberts, Gamington, Cucalon, Moss, at least the top 4. So they pass through the restart zone. Let's see when they cross the line. Does it score the 24 as the leader with the white flag waving? It does indeed. So the pit stops did play a factor. J.J. Roberts cycled as the leader at the time of caution, and he'll be coming around here to take the checkered flag, his first of the season and first of his career here today at Kentucky. Roberts 10th in the points coming into this race. 1 top 5, 2 top 10s, average finish of 14th place. And the rookie out of Flying Aces Racing, how about that? It's back-to-back races here on this channel that Flying Aces Racing get victories. John Art won the Hershey's Cup Series race here last week, or not here, but at Dover last week. And now rookie J Roberts is going to win here today at Kentucky. Gave you the top 4. Looks like Jesse Turner cycled to 5th, Wyatt Walker 6th, 7th Ace Garcia rather, 8th H Alonso, who had that amazing save during the pit stops that we saw out of turn 4, Andrew Rich in 9th, and J Galloway right now will be scored in 10th. Nowhere to be seen in the top 10 is the car that dominated this race, the 83 of Daniel Bouchard, who started on the pole. And coming off turn 4, what perfect pit strategy, and it's going to get J Roberts, the rookie, a trip to victory lane. He'll come down to the line, and Roberts wins at Kentucky. And now did J Roberts just put himself into the hunt for a championship in the playoffs. We're going to take a look first at what brought out the caution to end this race, and then we will be right back with your full finishing results. Well, there was certainly a lot of stuff going on, but this was an incident on pit road. We're watching the 3 of Charlie Buxton leaving pit lane, and I'm not really sure what happens here exactly. He gets 2 tires down into the grass. I think just going to snap around on him, and he's not the only one it happens to. See further back here, it also happens to the 95 of Bobby Frazier. Now, the reason they threw the caution, watch how the 95 is spinning, and he's going to come right up into the racetrack, as does the 3 of Buxton. NNSCRA officials, no choice with oncoming traffic but to throw the caution. Actually, the 95 never did get up on the track, but the 3 did. So with Buxton sliding up onto the racing surface, they had to throw the caution. If he had been able to keep it down the apron, probably the yellow wouldn't have come out. So a spin on pit road for Charlie Buxton brings out the yellow flag and certainly put a big smile on the face of J Roberts, as he is going to go to victory lane here today because of that timely yellow flag. So let's take a look here now at the official points, or the official finishing results from this race. We gave you on down through Ace Garcia, I believe. Jake Galloway in 8th. Gatlin Downey, how about that? Great run for him. 2 of the Climber Tech Motorsports cars finishing in the top 10 as, Downey got 9th. Isaac Nicholls completing the top 10. That's a well-needed run for that team. Erica Douglas, good run there in 11th. Hilary Sanchez will stay in the top 10 in points with a 12th place run. Alex Tanker follows up his Atlanta win with a 13th place run. TJ Handley in 14th. Tony Green in 15th. Saw Charlie Buxton bring out that caution, but he managed to finish on the lead lap in 16th. Pole sitter Daniel Bouchard, who dominated the race. I think it was that contact when he ran into the back of Matt Haas on pit road that really hindered him being able to maybe cycle around still with the race lead. He finishes 17th. Z Winkle 18th. Julio Cesar in 19th. And Joshua Ciculli completes the top 20. Caleb Farrell was the last car to finish on the lead lap. I thought I had scored the 38 of Alonso and the 54 of Rich, I think in like 9th and 10th, but they actually were both off the lead lap. Alonso 22nd and Rich in 23rd. Marcus Saatchi in 24th. Henry Williams back there in 25th. Our winner from Arizona, 26th place, was Austin Colano. Elijah Gordon, 27th. Preston Plourd back in 28th and completing the top 30 were Bobby Frazier. I don't know why I want to say Brandon. Bobby Frazier and Tyler Deaver. You look on down through the remainder of the finishing results. All these drivers finishing off the lead lap. And a lot of that due to, I think, some pit road penalties, as we saw a number of drivers have to come back to pit lane, including Vince Almariego, who was running most of this race in the top 5. So not the run he was looking for. Andrew Miller, a Daytona winner, finishes 36th, a couple of laps down. So a number of drivers probably going to want to forget this race. Second in the points, Michael Haas, 34th here today. Andrew Rich did better than him, but did not exactly have the best of days either. So I would look maybe at someone like Hilary Sanchez, maybe to take the points lead over. I don't know, but at least be awfully close heading into next week. And what a bookend race for Flying Aces Racing. They've got J Roberts going to victory lane, and the caboose on the train today, 42nd, was the second car out of that team, Nathan Ormond. But J Roberts gets it done here today, joining Andrew Miller, Alex Tanker, and Henry Williams as a winner this season. So right now, half of our playoff grid would be filled up with race winners, and there's still a long ways to go in this one. But thank you all for tuning in to tonight's race from Kentucky. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give us a like, subscribe, to become part of the crew today. We have shown you full feature results. These are your rookie point standings and your overall point standings heading into next week, where we will have dirt track racing to finish off the first half of the regular season at Springfield. We've still got Pizza Hut X Series and Hershey's Cup Series action coming your way here from Kentucky. You won't want to miss any of that action, as it's coming up next year on the NNSCRA Sports Channel. Offline racing at its best. JJ Roberts gets career win number 1 here tonight at Kentucky Speedway.